good morning. We'll have in-person questions first for Coach. Thank you.
Any injury updates or anything aside from Aaron being on?
No.
How do you, from your time as a player, as a coach, like how do you generally approach a stretch run when you have a playoff team? Like, are you looking at health most important, getting guys rest, getting rhythm, like experimenting with new things you might use in the playoffs? Like, what do you kind of want to get from these next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's a combination of all the above, but also has a lot to do with seeding, honestly, and those things play into it. A tight race or you being set in a specific spot already, you can kind of tinker with some things. I think I've mentioned is Derrick and Daniel, getting them up to speed. And so as much as we can get them in with certain combinations and continue to acclimate them to everything we're doing, that's very important, obviously, being two of our big players off the bench. But health would be overall number one, regardless. And so you start to find opportunities to limit guys if you can. And as we've mentioned, the increase in minutes now, the guys will help with that. So a little bit of both, but you got at the end of the day, you got to continue to win and keep yourself in the good position that we found ourselves in now.
Is there anything you're seeing from Derrick with his shot that sticks out to you that's kind of having to go through this funk, or it's just a matter of seeing one go through?
Yeah, it's nothing specific. He's getting some quality looks, obviously, some open looks. And so it's just at times hasn't shot it to his career average this year in general, but coming to a new system and that's going to take a little bit of time as well, but still confident in him doing all the things he does and reading the game, whether it's shooting it or pulling it and making a play. And so we'd like to put him in positions to, help him get something easy early. He makes the right read every time. And so it's not like he's just standing out there, getting spot up shots only. He can get himself into the game. So we've got to do a job of helping him as well.
With this team, do you think maybe just with the great defense and kind of slowing the offense down, do you think that's pretty transferable to the playoffs where, obviously the game does slow down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, defense is, top priority, and obviously that's carried us and helped us get to where we're at. So that's, non-negotiable as far as the way we're going to play every night. And offensively, like I said, tightening up and the improvements we've seen throughout the year, especially closing, that bodes well going forward. But as I mentioned, we like what we have with our group, the package. We got, certain plays for all guys, but as well as just the chemistry and some of the things we're seeing quite a bit. It's good to get some practice in now, whether teams are zoning, boxing one last game, and then just blitzing and denying Jason, which Dallas and Golden State did at times, and expect Sacramento as well. So to get that practice in and kind of get everything set behind it for the things we're going to see in the playoffs is beneficial down the stretch.
Coach, we have a question here from John Corrales, please. Thank you.
Ime, when you talk about taking opportunities to limit guys, does that mean that some guys might not play in certain games? Do you have a plan for giving guys days off?
Yeah, it could be both. We have some back-to-backs coming up. The schedule, after this 3 and 4 nights coming up is semi-favorable going forward. We have 3 days off after Utah, so you get some rest there, and then some 2-day breaks as well. But we'll take a look at everything, and the fact that we do need to get some guys more run could play into that. And health, like I said, is a big thing. So we have looked at everything, especially with some of the back-to-backs coming up, and Minnesota, Toronto, and then the Chicago, Milwaukee. We'll look at those dates and talk to the guys, see how they feel, talk to the medical staff. And so it's a full collaborative effort to figure out what's best for us going into playoffs.
Bobby Manning.
Hey, Ime, I know you're still setting the day-to-day, game-to-game here, but as the season kind of winds down, can you take a moment to kind of appreciate what you've built with this defense? And are there kind of comparisons you've seen historically to just the level of dominance that this group has achieved here? And are there inspirations that you've kind of pulled from other teams in terms of the system that you've put in place successfully here?
I honestly haven't thought about any of that. And, when you're in it and you see how, coaches think this way all the time, how fragile it is, or, one thing can, kind of offset what you're doing. And so you stay locked in the moment and continue to go game by game. And there are things that we can improve on as well as we've been doing. So those are the things you look at overall. And so our team doesn't get content, complacent, or happy with where we're at defensively when we feel we can get a lot better in certain ways. every game we look at holding teams to whatever it is in the first half, and there are probably 10 or so points that we kind of give away. So you want to tighten all those things up, one less mistake by each guy. And so no looking ahead or really probably even reflecting on anything until we're done.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.